Good man, can't complain.
Thank you for opening your door. You have a beautiful practice here. I'm quite amazed at what you have managed to build. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the entire Joburg North, from Sandton, Four Ways, Rosebank, Melrose, you are the only black male who is owning an independent optometric practice in this entire area. How did that come about?
Yeah, look, the opportunity came and I took in the opportunity, and it has been a great experience working in this area, and also it has always been my focus in terms of working in area like this. So it has been absolutely an amazing experience, and the business has been doing well.
Wow. Obviously, you had to step out of your comfort zone because of the area being, it's a very high up market environment. Patient expectations are slightly more different than you would find in majority of other areas. What are some of the challenges that you have come across in you building this amazing, beautiful practice here?
Look, in terms of the area and the clientele, to be honest with you, that's almost always like the areas that I have been exposed to since I started working. Fresh from the public sector, I immediately moved to Cape Town, in which I worked in Cavendish, and I worked in Cape Town, in the upper market areas. Of course, I did work in so to speak, the middle class area, the working class areas, and all those things. But it is my comfort zone, actually.
Wow.
So
Okay.
yeah.
All right. And you seem to have positioned your business as a clinical type of practice. One would think that because you are in this upmarket area, you would be focusing more on the retail side of things, having the latest, most trendiest of frames. But not only do you have that, you seem to have latest equipment. Your equipment is very beautiful. Your practice is top notch. How much of a role is the clinical component important for you with regards to your business offering as an optometrist?
Look, for me, it's an entire business. It's about the clinical aspect of it, because when it comes to the retail aspect, it's like we all source frames from the same suppliers, and a client can get a Tom Ford from me, can get a Tom Ford to the other person, but there's something that they will not get in another practice, which is our clinical and professional services, which is there's always our signature, because it's something that you're not going to get Eugene in another practice, or you're not going to get our team, but you can get it on for there. So that has always been our focus in terms of the clinical aspect.
I must say that what you're saying is important, because years ago I used to work for one of the franchises in this area. In the time that I used to work for it, there weren't a lot of black people working in this area. And a lot of the times you find that it will be a Caucasian and Asian person coming, and they'll be surprised to find that the optometrist is a black person at the time. And the only thing that sort of like helped me win them over, for them to trust me, was when they started seeing that I'm clinically competent, I know what I'm doing. Do you find that a lot? Because obviously now, this is 10 years later, from the time I was in practice, do you find people are surprised when they see you? Or because you've been in this area long enough, you've built a reputable name and brand for yourself?
Look, especially now that you're saying that, because it exactly almost has been the almost something that has always been like ran at the back of my head. Because like I said, in Cape Town, firstly I was young, and firstly I was black. Wherein, like, I remember in Cape Town there would be like few black optometrists, and even in the space, so you always get, oh, you're too young, or they will say like a black optometrist. And then, so it's always been there, but unconsciously, I think it's exactly what you're saying, when I had to clinically be strong. And also it was good because it was my area of interest. And I come from a public sector where it is not about fashion, it's about providing eye care, it's about the clinical work. So it was easier for me to say, I can, as much as whatever the difference, what you just see as something unique, something uncommon, you still get the best clinical services that you might not have expected to find.
Wow. And within the clinical side of things, are there any areas of interest that you particularly enjoy more than others?
Yes, I do. I do a lot of pathology and diagnostic optometry is my area of comfort. But I never imagined that I'd be very comfortable and interested in doing pediatrics.
Wow.
We do a lot of pediatrics, but of lately we have moved with the keratoconus management and hard contact lenses, and it has been a great experience. We do the hybrid contact lenses and partner with the ophthalmologists around whatever they've got after the procedures. They'll send the client here, and we're working absolutely well. But those are the area. But pathology diagnosis is my area of interest.
Wow, I'm impressed. I like what you've built, and you seem to, everything is just in place, everything is fresh. You have there's a fresh approach to everything that you seem to be doing. Was that something that you had planned out from the onset, that the design, the layout and the look and feel of the practice? You've, in the, is it 4 years or 5 years that you've been here?
Yeah, it's 4 years.
You've actually changed the look and feel of the practice. You know, it has not been the same for a very long time. You've actually changed it, and now it looks different, but even before it was still looking amazing. How important is it for an optometrist to once in a while to change the look and feel of a practice?
Look, I mean, all the time you need to be the same as like a cell phone software. You need to be updated on your equipment. You need to update it so that you are able to do certain things a certain way, but also the look and the feel. But also it could be that at the beginning you're just building a practice on the assumption of the area that you think, how you understand the area. But as time goes on, when you become comfortable with the area and your clientele, you try to match
like that.
to match what with a good understanding now of how you want your brand to be and how you want to appeal to the clientele that you're targeting.
That is very bold, where a lot of people don't think about things in that regard, where the environment that they're operating in has changed. The patient requirements have changed, and they think that they can stay as they are and not change based on the environment that they are in. But you have, and to change the infrastructure of our practice, that's a very bold move that you made, and it's quite inspiring actually, because not a lot of people would actually have that type of mentality. So kudos to you for having that forward-thinking mentality, and it can only mean it's going to benefit your business in the long run.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I mean, the entire area, the Joburg North, as you said earlier on, in particular, the Rosebank area, in terms of the infrastructure, I mean, it changes all the time. And not only does that change in terms of the infrastructure, the geographical layout, but it also changes in terms of the clientele. So as well, you must adapt to that kind of setup, and also with the vision that we have in terms of how we want to appeal to the market and the market that you want to service.
This is fantastic. This is fantastic. Thank you very, very much. I'm super excited for what the future looks like for you, because you're making bold moves, and you've got this long-term mentality over things, that you're not looking at what can you benefit now, but you're looking at what you're building over the next couple of years, and you're setting yourself up for being a massive, massive leader and influencer within this area. And I can't wait to see the amazing work that you're going to be producing through your business that you've set it up. And actually, fact, I think we need to come back and do like a photo shoot of your amazing practice.
Yes,
because in the short time that I've been here this morning, I've seen patients coming in the numbers, whereas other people are sitting there thinking, when is the next patient coming? With you, this whole morning, patients are coming in, and I'm like, wow. And the service that you and your team are giving to each and every single person that has been coming in this whole morning, I'm quite impressed and inspired by what you've built. So I'm all the best for the future, man.
No, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We can't shake hands. You need to do that. And then I need to ask you actually about the dress code, but that's a topic for another day.